was fun.
Interesting. It's something that the last guest on the podcast was Matt Reeves, actually, who had a similar kind of experience, I think, in Apes in terms of kind of like evolving with that franchise.
Yes.
And those last two films are remarkable, I would say. Do you have any relationship with Matt, or are you curious about sort of what he's going to bring to that character?
I don't. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him. I very much like what he's done with the Apes movies. I haven't been able to see the most recent one because I've been working, but I like the second one a lot, and I like the first one. And I think actually, I've been sitting here pontificating about it, but I think that franchise, they have been able to do that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Take a bit of time, kind of think about, okay, if we're going to come back to it, what do we bring to it? And I think that makes all the difference.
Do you have...
We'll see.
Rob, as you well know, was cast as Batman right when you started shooting, I believe. Since then, we've seen a glimpse of it. I assume you've seen the trailer from Matt Reeves. What do you make of it? What do you, now you are a spectator. Is it fascinating to see someone else's slightly different take? Do you see similarities, differences? What excites you about what they're doing with their Batman?
I mean, first and foremost, a couple of things really excite me. I mean, Matt Reeves is a great filmmaker, that right there. But Rob, having worked with Rob, this guy, he can do anything. He's just one of the greats. And so for him putting his talent to that, I think that's something fans should really be looking forward to. The first conversation I ever had with Paul Levitz, who's the head of DC Comics at the time, we flew out to New York when we knew we were going to do Batman, myself and David Goyer. And we sat with them and talk about what were the parameters, what could we do, what couldn't we do. We were sort of feeling it out with him. And one of the things he said is, he said, Batman, of all of the characters, more so than Superman, Batman is the one who really benefits from different interpretations, and different interpretations that change over time, both in the comics and indeed then in the movies. And I think the success of our movies, the prior success of Tim Burton's movies, I think you see that very, very clearly. And then moving on to Zack Snyder's interpretation, and now there'll be Rob's version. And I think it's really true that Batman is owned and interpreted differently by different generations, and it's one of the things that's kept that character alive and vital over the years, and I think we'll continue to do.
You've had a great track record of eliciting some